Hi, my name is Anavian. I'm a hobby artist and I welcome you to this tour through my first completed sketchbook, which is a reflection of my journey, a journey of rediscovery, growth, and the sheer joy of creating. Besides showing my growth between 2017 and early 2022, I look forward to sharing with you the stories behind these pages, the moments of inspiration that led me back to drawing after a 7-year hiatus, and tell you what helped me to reconnect with creativity. This big boy is 25 by 25 centimeters and contains 64 sheets of 200 GSM white Bristol paper. I will link it down in the description below. But before we dive into the sketchbook, I quickly wanted to show you those two little notebooks, my sketchbook's little helpers, that sort of worked as a door opener in 2017 before I actually dared to start my sketchbook in 2019. This would actually be my first tip: to start by using inexpensive materials that aren't precious to you, that you can use or abuse to your liking. In my case, those were low quality office supplies like notebooks, pencils, some colored pencils, fine liners, random markers, and whatever came my way. You might notice that my style varies heavily throughout those two notebooks. That is because I jumped in and out of them throughout the years, took them with me when I didn't feel like carrying the big Bristol CHONK or felt too precious about it. Like whenever I thought my drawing wasn't good or pretty enough to use my actual sketchbook. I know now that those thoughts weren't true, that any art is good enough for a sketchbook. However, it's essential to recognize that those thoughts and feelings are valid simply because they exist. I firmly believe in acknowledging them as such. It gives me the opportunity to find a solution, like using cheap office supplies in my case, and thus gradually building the confidence that allowed me to eventually feel deserving of using those nice art supplies. By doing so, I avoided invalidating my own feelings and the subsequent disappointment of falling short of unrealistic expectations. I guess that's my second tip: acknowledging your thoughts and feelings and allow yourself to find a solution that works for you. This perfectly ties into what destroyed my creativity in the first place all those years ago. In 2010, I began studying art therapy at a small university, but deep down I harbored a sense that perhaps this path wasn't for me. Consequently, I forced myself to persist, leading to a decline in my mental well-being. Eventually, I found myself unable to meet the course requirements, marking a significant setback. It was only then that I realized the need to break free from this cycle of pressure and uncertainty. Despite grappling with anxiety about the future, I summoned the courage to start anew. I suppose what originally piqued my interest to get back to drawing were characters and designs of Terra Online, an online MMORPG that I played for a long time. But most of all, I doodled for fun, to please myself and my friends, to make something cute or silly. Is that tip number 3? To unhinge the brain and have fun, to experiment just for the sake of experimenting itself. Around 2017, I discovered art videos on YouTube, like Drawing with Waffles, Kat Valk, Gel Arts, Dina Norlund, and their influence shows, as you can see. Therefore, my advice is to take the time to fuel your creativity, whether that's your daily walk on a magical path, books, video games, a visit to the museum, YouTube, you name it. In October 2018, I subscribed to Upgrade, which is a mystery art box subscription service that is delivered every month. My first box contained alcohol markers, and I was literally set ablaze with creative energy. A small dose of art supplies that invites me to experiment on a regular basis really helped me, personally, to get out there and to finally break into my sketchbook. But it also comes with the risk of developing an art supply addiction, and I still have plenty of supplies that I was too afraid to use, even up until now. So that's something to keep in mind with those random boxes, I suppose. I feel so proud of myself to have filled up such a big sketchbook with experiments, exercises, and whatnot. Comparing my past ideas to my present ones, I can't help but notice a shift. While my current concepts may seem a bit more subdued, revisiting this chaotic collection feels like uncovering buried treasure. My fingers practically itch with excitement at the thought of revisiting and refining those earlier ideas. So I'm curious, which concept would you like to see me breathe new life into? Let me know in the comments. Considering these insights, I don't think that it is a linear process to create persistently. Personally, I stagnate here and there and sometimes have to cycle through certain steps over and over again. As I've said in my first video, I'm literally just returning from another hiatus, which again was the result of my mental well-being. So here's a heartfelt reminder. Be patient and gentle with yourself, always. Let's extend the same compassion and understanding to ourselves that we readily offer to others. After all, we are our own constant companions on this journey called life. So let's cherish and nurture that relationship, for no one else will walk beside us as intimately and as enduringly as we do ourselves. My current sketchbooks are the Art Creation Sketchbook, which I've started in March 2022, and the Leuchtturm 1917 sketchbook that I apparently started sometime in July 2023. I simply wanted to get away from the off-white paper of the Art Creation Sketchbook for a bit, although I really like the quality of the paper. I saw that they offer a white paper version now. Perhaps I accidentally ordered it the other day to try it out. I'd love to hear your insights on getting back to creating or keeping at it. Please share your tips in the comments so we can help each other out. Thank you so much for joining me on this sketchbook tour. Remember, it's never too late to get back to art. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing to join me on this wonderful journey. Until next time, bye bye.